Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday. Welcome to Friday Favorites and Flops. I hope you guys all had a good week. I have had a good week myself. I'm not really looking forward to this weekend because it's supposed to be it's supposed to be in the mid-90s. I know, I promise. I will try really hard not to complain all summer about the heat. If you're new here, I hate summer. I don't like it. It's too hot. I don't like being hot. I would really rather be cold. I know, that's crazy, but I feel like it's easier to get warm when you're cold than it is to cool down when you're hot. Who else feels that way? Raise your hand. Anyway, I'll get over it. Thankfully, we have air conditioning, so I will be enjoying some air conditioning this weekend and probably not doing any yard work for once, so that'll be nice. I'll be lazy. Anyway, this was a good week for me. I went on Tuesday. This is very exciting. It's probably not going to be exciting for a lot of you, but finally, after it's almost been 2 years since I started this process, I was able to go in this Tuesday to do my interview for my US citizenship. I also took the test, passed with flying colors. I kind of expected that I would. I've been living in the US since I was 10 years old. So a lot of you on Instagram that followed me were kind of confused. You thought I was Canadian. I am not. I moved to the US when I was 10 from Germany. Both of my biological parents are German. My mom and my bio dad got divorced when I was very young. And when I was 6, my mom met my stepdad, who is American, at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. And they fell in love, they got married, and when he got out of the military at the age of 10, when I was 10, he wasn't, would have been really young, right? But when I was 10, he got out of the military and he decided that he wanted to move back to the States. So him and my mom being married, and then my mom having me and my little brother Florian, and then they had just had my brother David together. We all moved to Washington. We moved to Washington. That's where we ended up. And yeah, that's how I got here. I was 10 when we moved here, so I did not speak a lick of English. I had only spoke German. Grammar, you guys. See, the heat is already frying my brain. I had only spoken German my entire life, and so I moved here. I had to learn English. That was fun. Super fun to learn English. It's a very difficult language to learn, actually. I think it's one of the most difficult languages to learn. But luckily, I was pretty bright back then and picked it up very quickly because let me tell you a little something about American school children and how mean they are. Holy moly. We have to teach our kids to be better. Oh my gosh. And that is that's one of my biggest things with Stella. I just remember how I was treated by kids when we first moved here. It was awful. Kids were you can imagine because I came from Germany, you can probably imagine some of the names that I was called. And so with Stella, I always stress, if there's ever a kid that moves from another country, she actually had a Ukrainian kid that enrolled in her classroom. After the conflict had started, him and his family came over here and ended up in her classroom. And Stella was really proud of herself because she went out of her way to be incredibly nice to this Ukrainian boy who did not speak any English. And she was like, "Mom, I remembered what you said happened to you, and I don't want him to feel that way. And so I'm being really nice to him, and I'm trying to play with him at recess." And it just it really warmed my heart because I was like, yes, this is how all kids should be. But some are not. So please teach your kids to be nice. It's not easy for an immigrant child to just be plopped into an American classroom and said, off you go, enjoy. So anyway, moral of the story is here I am, I'm 43, and my swearing in ceremony should be probably within the next few weeks. I'm excited. I don't know if I will keep dual citizenship. That's a whole other thing to figure out, the dual citizenship. So I don't know if I'm going to go through that process. If it's a bunch more paperwork, I'll just do the US citizenship and relinquish the German, but we'll see what that entails. I haven't even gotten there. But anyway, you guys, I have Friday faves to share with you. So thanks for sitting through that story, and congratulations to me. Go America. Let's talk frivolous stuff, skincare, makeup, perfume. Okay, we're gonna start out with my perfume pick of the week. Check out the description box down below. There will be links to everything. My fragrance pick of the week came from Dossier. I have been a Dossier ambassador now for I think over a year. I love the Dossier fragrances. They are a dupes company. So that means that they take higher end fragrances and they essentially make dupes of those. And they are fantastic. Now, not every single fragrance is like spot on, like note for note. Some of them are just very similar, but there are some that are spot on. The two that I think are the most spot on for me are the Ambre Saffron, which is the dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. I love that one. Oh, I love it. And then there's also the Maison Margiela by the Fireplace dupe. I believe it's called Woody Tobacco. Don't quote me on that. I can never remember the name of that one. But oh man, it is spot on to By the Fireplace. I love both of those. But this is Gourmand White Flowers, and this is a dupe for Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb. I've always wanted Flower Bomb. However, Viktor and Rolf is not cruelty free. So guess what is this? So I picked this up. This is Gourmand White Flowers. When you order from Dossier, everything always comes in a nice little box, so the presentation I feel like is great. I think it makes a nice gift. I have given Dossier fragrances to my friends as gifts. In fact, my buddy Lisa got a dupe of, what did I give her? I think it was the dupe for Mon Paris, the YSL Mon Paris. I think that's what I gave her. Anyway, she loves it. It's because it's a beautiful fragrance. So you do get this little card that comes with every single order. Each one is obviously tailored to the fragrance, but it tells you the fragrance notes, what it's inspired by, the concentration. It also tells you about their return and exchange policy, which I think is the most important thing here. So if you find that the fragrance doesn't jive with your body chemistry, if you don't think it smells exactly like the original, I don't know, if you don't like the way the bottle, whatever, send it back. You can do an exchange. Or you can get your money back. So they tell you exactly how to do that on this little card here. This particular one is really beautiful, but I have to admit this smells a little bit different from the original Viktor and Rolf. I've never owned that one because again, it's not cruelty free, but this smells like it has a little bit more musk and a little bit more patchouli in it. And I have to admit that I actually prefer that. I love musk and I love patchouli. I love heavy, spicy, ambery, oppressive, just drag you down kind of fragrances, right? Like, and this one has such a beautiful muskiness. Oh, I love this one, you guys. It's so pretty. This is not what I would consider like a fresh or a clean fragrance at all, but oh man, is this absolutely delightful. I just think this one is absolutely beautiful. Love it. So glad to finally be able to have the Flower Bomb, even though it's slightly different. I don't think if anyone smelled this on me and they were familiar with the Flower Bomb that they would like not guess that that's what it is, if that makes sense. I think I worded that funny, but I think most people would be like, oh, are you wearing Flower Bomb? Like they would totally think it was the real thing. I love it. Anyway, Dossier is fantastic. The price range of their products is way less than the original fragrances. So you're somewhere between $29 and $49. Some of the fragrances do require like higher end, more expensive fragrance oils. So they have dupes from Lancome, from YSL, from Versace, from Creed, Joe Malone. Go check the website out. They also offer the catch payment, so look into that if you're interested in that. It's just, I really love their fragrances, and I think the price point is significantly better, much more affordable than like the real thing, and they smell so similar. And the good thing is that these last quite a while on me. I think the wear time of most of these is sometimes even better than the originals. So, but I think that's gonna vary by scent. So I wouldn't say that across the board, but some of mine do actually last longer than the real thing. So, but check out Dossier if you never have. They are wonderful. Let's talk some makeup. You guys, I got these each for $56. I'll link where I got them down below. These are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Palettes in Universe and Universe Unlocked. These came out last holiday season, and they're gorgeous. I fought these for so long. And now I wish I kind of would have had them sooner because they're so beautiful. I love the ambient lighting products from Hourglass just in general. But these two palettes here are so stunning, you guys. The Universe Unlocked I thought would be way too dark for me. No. I have worn the bronzer in here. I have worn the highlights in here. I have worn the blushes. And the Universe, which I thought would be like the most perfect fit for me, it's great. This is fantastic as well. I have worn pretty much every single highlighter, blush, and bronzer in here as well. They're gorgeous. It is a little bit annoying, especially with the blushes and the bronzers over here. The pan size is small, clearly, but I haven't had too much trouble getting my blush brush and my bronzer brush in there. I do pick up a little bit from the other, but I don't know. I love these palettes. Every time they come out with one during the holidays, I'm like, I need it. And in recent years, I have skipped most of them, but this one, I'm so glad I found these on sale because instead of $80, I was able to get them for $56 each, and I love them both. I've been using them now ever since they came in the mail. Would not give those up. All right, lips. So I am someone who does not usually wear a lot of color on my lips. I feel like I look like a clown most of the time, so I will buy like tinted lip balms and use that as like summer color on my lips. So the lip balms that I really like are from Wander Beauty. These are their beach balms and the shade Soul. Gosh, I hope this one is still available because it's so perfect. This is what I have on my lips now. It's just a beautiful like coral. Oh, and the way these glide on your lips, they're like butter. They're not too soft. They're not like the Tarte Maracuja Juicy balms, which like kind of can melt into your lips. These are not that soft, but they're easy to put on. They give you a nice pop of color without being like, hi, I have coral lips. Giant coral lips in your face. Like, I think that looks amazing on a lot of other women. For me, I feel like bright lips look silly on me. Now, I will do a smoky eye all friggin' day long. But if you ask me to put on like a red lip, it will give me anxiety. I can't. I will pile everything else on my face, but if you ask me to put on a bright lip, I will start sweating and freaking out. But this is a kind of bright summery lip that I can pull off without looking insane. So really recommend those. Also, if you're into like neutrals, check out their shade Dolce, which is just a beautiful nude. I love this one as well. I pulled this one out too, and I'll be wearing that this week. All right, other makeup that I've been loving. I talk this palette to death, so no surprise here, but this is more so for like the technique that I've been liking for my eye makeup lately, which is just putting like a neutral colored shade all over and then using black and a navy powder, both of which I have in here in my Grande Pro 1 palette from Viseart. So I've been using this black right here and this blue right here with my, oh, there it is. With my Zoeva brow line brush. This one right here. It's just an angled brush, right? Like this bad boy. And I just kind of dip in between the two. And then I've been doing kind of like a thick blackish blue liner, but no other like eye make. Like I don't do like a crease color. I basically just put that neutral, like this shade right here is what I've been using. I just put that neutral matte shade all over my eye area just to brighten things up. Then do the liner, smoke it out ever so slightly, and that has been my eye look. And then mascara. By the way, you guys, I have got to tell you, listen, if you only do one thing this summer, pick up this mascara from Covergirl. This is the Covergirl Lash Plumping Mascara. Look at how luxurious and luscious my lashes are. It is because of this mascara. The drugstore mascara, you guys, it has a natural bristle brush and the formula just keeps getting better and better. It's not too wet. This is not a lengthening mascara. It's more of like a volumizing, but it's the perfect volume. Just get it. Just telling you, This is a new holy grail. If they ever decide to discontinue this, I will purchase like 70 of them and they'll dry out before I use them all. But I love this mascara. Way better than even my favorite like high-end mascaras. This is it. If I only am allowed one more mascara for the rest of my life, it is that CoverGirl one. So get it. Get it. It's so good. I have started using my Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder to set my SPF every single day. And this has been doing a fantastic job of keeping my oily skin at bay a little bit longer. I really think that this is kind of the key for me in terms of like my summer foundation. I should do like a summer foundation routine video again. I usually do one every year. So maybe next week or the week after, I have an idea for a Chit Chat Get Ready With Me video. So you'll see how I apply this probably next week. But I really just like to take a little bit of the powder on a beauty blender, a dry beauty blender, and then just like, I like to press it into the oiliest parts of my face after my SPF has settled in for about 10-15 minutes. And that really helps extend the wear of my makeup much longer into the day. And it just makes my skin look kind of flawless, which is great because it's not. I don't have flawless skin. I still have pores. Got some discoloration on my forehead. My skin's not perfect, but it's way better than it used to be. So much better than what it used to be. So love that powder. If you've never tried that one and you're looking for a new one, I know it's not like new, like it's been out for a long time, but this is a great solid powder. I love it. Let's talk a couple of skincare items. I started testing out the Glow Recipe Plump Hyaluronic Serum. I've been wanting to try this for a long time and I got a huge surprise in the mail. Glow Recipe sent me some products to be able to try out. This was one of the ones. I was super thankful because I've actually had this in my Sephora cart for a while and I've kept pulling it out and then I put it back in. This is a wonderful hyaluronic acid serum. I've been using this to hydrate my face in the morning and it is very, it absorbs very quickly. Most hyaluronic acid serums are not greasy. This one is no exception. It's not greasy. It absorbs very quickly. It gives me that kind of nice light surge of hydration that I need in the morning. I use heavier moisturizers at night, but in the morning I have to be kind of careful because with my oil production during the day, you gotta watch out. So I wanna use this for several more weeks before I give you guys more in-depth information on it. But so far, I'm really enjoying this as a part of my morning routine and it's working out great. I have also been masking like a beast lately, and you would think that I'd be using a bunch of clay masks given that I have oily skin. However, I do not use clay masks. I do, but I use them very sparingly actually. The Pharmacy Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask is a favorite year-round. I have their new ceramide one that I recently picked up and I'm really excited to try that to see if it's different from the Honey Potion. But the original Honey Potion has been a go-to for me for a long time. I think this is either my second or third bottle of the Honey Potion and it is heavenly. It's like a warming mask. When you first put it on, it warms up a little bit. It kind of has a nice creamy texture to it. And it hydrates my skin so beautifully, but it's never made me break out. It has never clogged my pores. It always rinses off really nicely. And when I remove it, my skin is left with this nice, like pink glow, not like red, inflamed, irritated, but like, you know, like a baby's skin, like they have that beautiful pink glow to it. Like that's what this mask gives me. So, and my skin just, it doesn't feel tight or dry because it provides that really nice hydration. This is wonderful. Again, I'll test out the ceramide one and see if there's a difference, but I have loved that original one for a really long time. I think I'm just gonna hold off on this because I'm going to be doing a more in-depth review of the Goldilocks products that I've been testing out. I received a PR package and they had some Goldilocks items in there, and this is a brand that is specifically designed for those with extensions, which I do not have. But I still thought it might be kind of interesting to try these products because I'm sure because they're designed for extensions that they probably have to be very gentle, and that's kind of what I was looking for. It's just lots of gentle products to be able to suggest to you guys, hopefully hydrating products. This Ultra Hydrating Signature Hair Mask of theirs, I've been using this along with the shampoo and the conditioner in the shower, and the smell of this line, you guys, the smell alone like sold me on it. But it's not just about the smell, right? Like, it's about how the products perform, and they perform incredibly well for me. I really like this line a lot, and I do not have extensions. So, but we'll talk more about this later. Let's talk about my flop. My flop was my SPF that I tested this week. So this SPF is not going to go to waste. Gosh, you can barely see it. Sorry. It's like, I'm filming this on Thursday, like late afternoon. It's really hot back here. Like, am I sweating? I look kind of shiny, don't I? Yeah, it's pretty hot back here. The sun just beats in here towards the latter part of the day. This is the Clear Start from Dermalogica Clearing Defense SPF 30. This didn't work for my oily skin. This is a chemical SPF. I have nothing against chemical SPFs, by the way. I use them on my body. I think they're fine. I don't have an issue with them. But they don't work the best for my oily skin. So typically zinc oxide is the very best. Titanium dioxide is also pretty darn good. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide together are also a fabulous combination. But when I start to get into like the more chemical sunscreens, my skin is like, yeah, no thanks. It's like the oil can break through the chemical sunscreens much faster. And that's what happened with this one for me. Ironically, this is supposed to be a mattifying SPF. I found it to be quite glowy on me to begin with, and then I got even glowier pretty quickly early on in the day because my oil just broke through and it broke up the SPF. Also, this did not pair incredibly well with my vitamin C serum that I love to use. And the Pharmacy Vitamin C, it's kind of a must in my morning routine, so I'm not willing to give that up. So since I'm not willing to give that up, I've decided that I'm not going to use this. And never fear, I do have a 10-year-old daughter who would probably benefit from using this, because this is also designed for those people who are breakout prone. So the whole Clear Start line from Dermalogica is designed for people who are breakout prone. So if that is you, definitely a line worth checking out. So I'm going to pass this along to Stella. I think that she's going to do just fine with it. Her morning skincare routine consists of washing her face. That's consistently, she can do that. And if that's all that I get out of her right now, that's fine. But she also has to put on SPF. That is kind of my bare minimum. So she's got to protect her skin, and that is going to be fantastic for her. So it will not go to waste, I promise. And but it just didn't work for me. So for me, it was a flop. Probably wouldn't recommend running out and trying that one if you have super oily skin. Maybe if you are normal or combination, it might be a better fit for you. But if you're very oily like me, I don't know that I would even bother with that one. All right, you guys, that is what I have for you today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I do have some home fragrance stuff coming up, so if you're interested, stay tuned for that. And let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any exciting plans for the weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.